let me just give you a highlight of what is happening, the latest development in Kenya, the struggle to remove William Ruto of Kenya has, taken another dimension where the use of that, they call them the Gen Zs, of Africa, those who are bent on defining the moment for Africa, those who are bent, to transform Africa using the youthful might at the end of the day. No matter what it's going to cost, we cannot continue to depend on the influence of the foreign powers, on the influence on IMF, on the influence of World Bank that has continued to depress and suppress, the African development at the end of the day. Africans need to rise and define themselves, just like other continents, talking about Asia and all that, But then we are not going to take you too far, because I will promise you live that we continue to, bring you highlights like this, tidbits, news, on where you can sit down and stand and begin to reason very well on the direction of how a black man can rise again. A black man has always been on the rise, especially before now. Anyway, let me not just go to that angle. But looking at what's happening surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinubu today, we are a certain senator from the Borno state and made a very I don't know how to put it. Maybe that statement for me, need to be actually investigated how the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was actually trapped. Is it because, he is actually behind the scene pushing for negotiation of the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and the Fulanis see it as a threat, to the agenda that has not been implemented. Maybe a list of agenda was being put before him, and that's the reason why power was actually ceded to him, irrespective that we come to understand that this is the first president in the history of the world that was not voted for, but he became president. But we are not going to there, but yeah, it has only shown in terms of his style of administration. Nigerians are no longer comfortable with it. I think to a certain level, the president seems confused, and the Fulanis, who have been in the system for so long, are trying to cash in. The cashing in, I mean here is that, they are going to look at those areas that he has, fed woefully in terms of economy and management, everything, to a point. And the president seems to be overwhelmed, on how to tackle the situation. Maybe he is not fit to rule Nigeria, and that's what the Fulanis are saying. They have already started engineering, pioneering a kind of mass protest. We have a few of them a few days ago in northern part of the country where they tagged it, and bad government. And the center of the attraction is Revelation Revolution, centered on hunger. When you talk about hunger protest is going to be very, very regrettable for Nigeria if the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, did not sit down, either reject his government or think out of the box on what to do at this particular time. Because when it comes, it might end Nigeria. I hope they will not say Nnamdi Kanu is involved or Simon Ekpa. I think they will not make that kind of statement now. And that is why the Northerners are prepared. Whatever it's going to take, to remove Tinubu from office is already on the pipeline. So now how Nigerians are going to react, that of course the leadership of the APC, has been in disarray as I'm talking to you now in Aso Rock over and how they are going to manage the intelligence report that has been presented to the president to look into and take a decisive decision on how to transform things the way it is now. Thank you for watching. It's a beautiful day. I don't want to mention the part of the world where we are reporting from, but somewhere in West Africa, Center of Excellence. Thank you for watching Starlight Media. You can check us out also on Today Media on YouTube, where we give you certain revelations of what is happening, that you might not have heard from anywhere around the world. Thank you and God bless.